What's up everybody, it's Mark from 403 Fauna. On today's video, we're going to take a look at a couple of old school recessives, the genetic stripe and the piebald, and see if there's still some life left in them. So I hope you kick back and listen in and enjoy the video. So here we've got a genetic stripe that is also double het for hypo and desert ghost. This is a 403 Fauna production. Take a look at the beautiful, perfect stripe. If I get a genetic stripe, I want that G stripe to have a perfect stripe, not broken up, anything crazy. And this is the perfect example of a genetic stripe. Now G stripe, one of the oldest combos I remember when I first got in 2001. It was in Reptiles magazine along with piebald, albino, and clown. And I thought it was super cool. And it's really wonderful to be able to produce one of these on my own. Now, genetic stripe has seen a little bit of a resurgence in the past couple of years due to the combination that it makes with the clown. So G stripes, not much you could do with them because how dominant the stripe form is. You could add some things to break it up a little bit, but when you combine it with clown, it just makes this unique pattern that we just haven't seen yet in ball pythons. In fact, let me show you a picture of a G-stripe clown real quick. Super beautiful, isn't it? So I'd love to get clown into this, and since she's a triple het, imagine adding a clown to it, making her or the offspring quad hets. Really glad I produced this girl. Let's take a look at what it looks like adding cinnamon on top of this genetic stripe double het hypo desert ghost. Take a look at this absolute beauty. So this is a cinnamon genetic stripe double het DG hypo. So adding cinnamon on top of it just gives it this richness. Look at how dark that head is. It loses some of the stripes along the dorsal stripe, meaning that there's not much contrast with the rest of its body. Still absolutely beautiful. So with genetic stripes, the best thing you can do with them if you want to keep that perfect dorsal is to just add some color morphs to it. I think the ultramel genetic stripe is absolutely beautiful. DG hypo G stripe, when I make one of those someday, is going to be crazy beautiful. But you can also try to disrupt that pattern with the clown, and also the static acid confusion disrupts that genetic stripe really well too. In fact, I'll be working on the static genetic stripe project this upcoming season. So what are your thoughts on G-stripe? You love them? Dislike them? Since they are so dominating, what would Monsoon do with the G-stripe? I don't know, that might be something to give a shot at one day. So let's take a look at another old school morph, the Pied, which was the morph that got me into ball pythons. And I've got a couple that I produced that I want to share with you right now. So right here we have an incredibly stunning Enchi Huffman Pied, 66% possible het hypo. Now for whatever reason, I've wanted to include Enchi and pinstripe in my Pied projects to bring a lot more pattern, but all the pies that I produce, even having Enchi and pinstripe, they all ended up being low white. So I believe the darkness is coming from the Huffman here. And then this is one of the more high patterned pies that I produce. So I'm thinking there's Enchi here as well. You can see the orange coloration going on. Huffmans tend to stripe the pies. Enchi and Huffman are an allelic combo, meaning that when this girl makes babies someday, all the babies will either be Enchi or Huffman. So allelic combos, super powerful to have in the collection. I know Huffman's not worked with too much. It looks very similar to black pastel, but the super is viable, meaning that it's not going to end up being an all black snake like the black pastel is. It's not going to have the genetic issues black pastel has, but it keeps that incredible darkness and beauty that the black pastel and Huffman are known for. So I absolutely love this girl. She's staying in the rack. You may have heard of my disdain for Pieds, but they're the morph that got me into it, and there's always going to be room for them in my racks here at 403 Fauna. Let's take a look at a sibling that adds a few more genes into it. Man, let's just look at this girl for a few more seconds. Beautiful. So this pied right here, just absolutely crazy. The thing about pieds is you get stacked so many genes in them, and you're just gonna be hard in trying to identify exactly what those genes are. But I think this one has the combination of all the genes of her parents, which were pastel, pinstripe, Enchi, Huffman, piebald, and hypo. So crazy girl here. I just love how varied her color is. You have this dark saddle in the middle, that bright light head, and this orange tail, this cream orange tail. Now Pieds, as you can see with these two examples, they really disrupt the pattern, and if you want to add like contrasting pattern to the saddles here, it's kind of difficult. You'll usually end up with a two-tone snake. In fact, the best Pieds are yellow and white, or orange and white, or black and white. I want to move towards the Oreo Pied project, which is a black and white snake. The contrast between the dark and the white is just incredible. I also find the lace pied super beautiful as well. So I'll be working towards that. I have a male lace, mahogany, yellow belly that's gonna go into these girls one day. And surprisingly, these two pied girls, they eat really well. Sometimes pieds are iffy. In fact, one of the pieds I sold from this clutch, she's having issues eating. And that's just how pieds are. I've got two sisters from 2020. One of them went down to lay a clutch. One is still struggling to hit that 1,000-gram mark. So I still love pieds, even though there are issues in combinations and potentially eating. But old school, anybody who looks at a pied is going to stop in their tracks with their jaw on the floor. So they'll always have a place here at 403 Fauna. Hey, reminder, on Christmas Eve, I got my giveaway. I'll link the details in the description below, so check that out. Have a great day, everybody. Take care and be safe.